Let's create a presentation sheet now. So this is probably a good view to start with. It's not exactly rendered very nice. Maybe we can make some adjustments to it. I'm going to go to the rendering settings here and see if I can put a light on it on a different angle here. So let's go to lighting and let's see if we can put a top left. See what that looks like. That looks pretty good. So we'll work with that. Let's go ahead and get rid of the, trying to select them. For some reason I can't, oh, I thought we did. Can't, oh, I can just barely grab the level lines. Doesn't seem to correlate to where I'm touching. And we'll hide those by category. And we'll turn the crop on. Make it visible so we can make some adjustments to it. And make it relatively tight. I might pull this over a little bit just to have that shadow play out. I think it really tells a lot about what the shape is like. And we'll turn the crop region off again, or not the region itself, but the visibility of it. And let's make a sheet to put that on. And actually, now that I look at this, I'm going to make it wide. I need to really do it on both sides. Looks out of balance. So let's go to Sheets now. I'm going to right click on that and open up a new sheet. I'm going to need to load one in. I'm going to grab my presentation sheet. And let's go ahead and drag our 3D view on. And actually what I'll do is, I'm also going to rename this right away. Facade model. Facade model view. And we'll pull that onto the sheet. And it looks a little small. So let's go ahead and use up our sheet size or fill it up. Oops, that's crop region size, height and width. That's kind of a strange looking. Let's try that again. I'm not exactly sure what that was. Cancel. Oh, I know what it is. It's a scaled drawing. So the way I'm going to change its size, because it's a model view generated as a 3D isometric, I need to change its scale. So I'm going to change it maybe to 3/16 and apply that. And we'll see how big it gets. It's kind of a larger than the sheet, so let's actually go ahead and crop it down so it's going to fit a little better. Get rid of some of this gray area here up on the top and a little bit on the bottom. I'll turn that back off again. Deactivate the view. Delete it. And drag it back on again. And that fits the sheet pretty tight. Let's grab a section view of this. So I'm going to go to level 1 and I'll make a section. And I'll start, and I draw from bottom up, I think, to get the arrow to face in the right direction. And let's see what happens when we pull that on the sheet. So that's a section now. So I'm going to open up this section box here. And there's a section we created. And it's a little small. So let's adjust its scale. Let's make it that same size. And let's render it somehow so it shows up a little better. We can turn off the crop region. We don't need that to be visible. We'll render it realistically and see what it looks like. That's fine. Let's go ahead and get rid of our level lines. By category. And we'll deactivate the view. I probably would have gotten rid of the lines, but that really makes it pretty crisp looking. So I'm going to draw this. This is once again not a real technical section, but kind of just more illustrative. And I'll place that there. Now let's put a more of a street level view on. So I'm going to go and grab a camera. I'm going to go to level 1. I'm going to grab a 3D view camera. And I'll shoot on a bit of an angle. I probably would make it a little more severe, only to give an idea of a little more depth to it. So let me, while it's highlighted, I'm going to go back to level 1. I'm just going to pull my camera over a little bit. And we'll see what that looks like. There's something maybe help it read with a little depth. And we'll give this a realistic rendering. And this time we'll give it some background to give it some color. So we'll add the sky in. It's going to really make it pop. We don't want to show those lines this time. We do want them to be nice and smooth looking edges. Let's get our shadows turned on. And that looks pretty good. I see these, I like the way these shadows are coming off of the baguettes here. So that looks okay. We probably have a little more down here than we need. So I'll clean this up a little bit. And we'll give it a name. I'm going to right click on this, or double click on this, or click and then click. And we'll call this a street view. And reminding me to save the project. And we'll go to level 1. And, oops, excuse me, we'll go to the sheet. And we'll drag that street view on to the sheet. And so we have, you know, this could actually be probably a little bit larger. So let's scale it. Let's go to maybe 12 inches. We'll center that. And it leaves you a little bit of room here to do the narrative, or you could crop this just a little differently. Let's grab this outside edge, and I'll pull this down a little bit. And I'll move this up now. And actually I'm going to delete it and pull it back on again. And so we have a little bit of space underneath here. I want to make sure the crop region, or the crop, the crop region is not visible, so we don't get that extra black line around it. And so I think we're pretty good to go here. So I hope you enjoyed working through this project. I hope you learned a lot and can see many advantages of the way you can manipulate these elements to create all kinds of unique curtain wall facades.